Hello, you're watching Avenue X, and today let's talk about a recently finished airing Chinese web drama, 新生 Regeneration. This is a 10 episodes web drama that has finished airing on the platform Youku. It also goes live on Netflix, limited regions, on the same day that this drama went live. It is directed by Sheng Ao. The director did a movie that went into cinema and did super well last summer in China at box office called 孤注一掷, which is also a film about fraud. So this is the same director's television series that's also about fraud. The drama is led by Jing Boran, Zhou Yiran, Huang Jue, Wang Yanhui, Zhang Yifan, and many people. The story is based on a short novel called 废可的晚宴, Faker's Banquet. That was first, I think, published back in 2022 on the website 起点. It's very hard for me to rate this drama, honestly speaking. I had really high hope. First half of the drama, I thought, wow, this is unexpected from Chinese drama land. And then I always worried about at the end, because of this and that, it's gonna and it kind of did happen. I would recommend you check out this drama. Ended at the end of episode 7. You really don't need to watch the drama version ending to know what it is. At the end, I'll tell you the book version here in this video if you want to know. So spoilers alert, I'll let you know when it comes up. And just stop there. So like watch 5 to 7 episodes of this drama and just stop there. Don't watch 8, 9, 10. And it will be actually really enjoyable. And you probably will give it at least a 2 gold mine to like between 2 and 3 is very reasonable. And then anything beyond episode 7 is just don't watch it. To me, it's not a rotten tail, 烂尾 drama, as dramas when they have problems often get called in China. I would call it impotent drama. You are heading towards the peak and you're heading towards that promised release and it just doesn't happen, you know? As usual, let me quickly introduce you to what roughly the story is about. A group of people gets an invitation onto an island that has a very pretty villa sitting there because it is a memorial kind of service of a person who's already dead in a drama setting. And this guy is connected to all these 5 people in different ways. They all kind of lost money, but then other things very precious to them due to their contact and involvement with this person. So upon his death, they get invited to this place, and very soon they find the coffin is empty, the dead guy is not really there, and they are gathered in this room to basically being told they have to tell all the other people what is their story with this dead guy. If they don't say it, they can't leave the island. There's a hurricane coming and they get locked up in the villa. And to basically put together this puzzle about who 废可 this guy is and why he does all the things he does. I won't spoil any of that in this video for you. Go and explore that yourself. It's the best part of the drama. Let's first talk about what I don't like about this drama, and then I'll talk about what I like about this drama, and then a little bit about the difference between the book and the drama. First, what I don't like about it. Just get it out of the way. Apparently, number 1, I don't like the ending, and I don't like how they just force it to happen. It is the problem with a lot of Chinese crime dramas these days. They just have to end it with the bad guy gets punished. Everybody gets what they deserve according to law. And if they cannot put it in a visual form, they literally type it out on a black screen. And you've seen that happening to everything, every genre of drama, whenever it concerns realistic world, contemporary world, police and crime, it's a given. So you kind of have to expect that. And this drama would have that. It's very buzzkill. I don't like it. I don't think anybody likes it. There's another thing I don't like about this drama, which I think in this case is a problem of miscast or the direction not being good enough to elicit performance from the actors, which would mostly come down to the female lead character played by Zhou Yiran. In the original book, she's the most important character, kind of on par with the male lead character. So the journalist and the conman. These two are the most important, the woman and the man, the character in the original story. If you watch this drama, you will feel she is just a functional character. She needs to be there because she needs to say those lines to push the plot and do all those. But as a person in the story, who she is, what is her personality, what is the juice about this character, the actors completely didn't bring that out at all, at least if you compare to the original story about how important she is. Given they did adapt the script, so they changed some settings. In the drama version, she is not exactly what the book version clearly said her up to be, but still, she's just not the best actress, I think, to play this role convincingly. Another thing I don't like about this drama is I don't understand what Yoko is doing with it. They had an extra episode, which is like Easter egg that you have to actually pay money to watch. And then it's actually not the drama. The drama ends already. It's a documentary about special feature about the making of this drama. And it has a lot of interviews. Actors, what they think about their roles, the directors, what's the ideas, and then blah, 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 all those things. It also announces basically that there's a second season. But it's a new story. So basically, the director is saying, we are taking this IP, taking this whatever we're building up right now, and we're making a second season, but it will be a completely new story, which means maybe you'll get some of the actors back in season 2. But it's different characters, different stories, so basically everything has already ended for Regeneration Season 1. You're not gonna see the dead guy get resurrected, it's not gonna happen. And you're gonna get a new panel of characters, just happen to be played by the same people, I guess, and still under the name Xingsheng. I'm like, so technically that's not Season 2. You can't call it Season 2, it's a new story. And to an audience, we owe nothing to your director or your main creatives, as we have to stay loyal to whatever world you build up. We watch the story and we just know the story and know the characters. And if you have a second season and it's not those characters anymore, then just like don't call it the same show. It's very stupid basically for creators trying to explain themselves. Not within the story they are already making, but make an extra thing that's like commenting on their thing and then just like hoping that by doing that like people understand them. Gave me a really bad aftertaste after I've watched the already quite disappointing episode 8, 9, 10. Now, let's go and talk about the good things, because this drama also did a lot of very good things, and at least in the first week when it was airing up to episode 6 or something, 7 or 6, everybody was really happy. Point number 1, this is an overall very acceptable contemporary drama with its production quality, as the type of proper telling a story and no other mess drama. That's just focused on what did the comment do? How did he do it? All the exciting link by link master plans this guy put together to coax money out of so many people and messes up other people's life in this ruthless but quite brilliant and exciting way. It really focuses and narrows in very soon into the story. There's no wasted moment, at least in the first 5 episodes. Every scene, every shot is for that narrative goal. It's very condensed and focused, unlike a lot of wasting your life Chinese contemporary or period dramas. If you're into this type of catch me if you can / a slightly like Then There Were None, so beginning setup of an island closed off, that type of thing, plus a little bit of the Japanese movie Rashomon, like from different people's perspective, the same story appears to be completely different, all that mashed together and no wasted moment. This is probably one of the best I've seen from Chinese dramas, first 5 episodes. With this very focused narrative style, it also resolves to a very, I'd say, internationally accepted production standard of things, such as using actors' own voices, live recording, not doing dubbing, and not skin smoothing people. And actually being quite frank with their lens, and if you are an actors with makeup on, you're gonna see the cakiness, you're gonna see the imperfection on skin. It's not lit in a way to just blast out all details and make it romantic. That probably is more commonly seen, let's say, in Western dramas such as US or UK. Not really so popular in Asian dramaland, where things tend to get really romanticized and filtered and lightened up. And this drama does go for the more grittier end of things. So I do feel like maybe that's like one of the things that, because it's Netflix, involved drama, or maybe it's just the director's own preference. I don't know, but it's suitable for this drama's storytelling. Point number 2, the common story, Fake, although that's not his real name, it's his fake name. That's why he's called Fake. You see the point? This guy's plans, the spider sitting at the center of the web and just pulling on the strings and having so much fun. The whole process of how that gets unraveled, as one person tells a story, at some point the other person joins in and say, oh, I realized what you just said is something that happened to me, and he probably already contacted me at that point and used my resources to cheat you. And that whole unfolding is really good. First 5 episodes. I guess you have to thank the original novel because it's based on the original novel, and mostly how all those tricks gets played and how people got manipulated is based on the original story. I haven't seen other Chinese dramas doing this so well in recent years. Like if you've ever seen films such as Catch Me If You Can, and imagine Leo, playing all his different personas in front of different people and how he just have the best time of his life and being so daring and genius at doing that. It's the same thing, just played by Jin Boran. Moving on to the next point would be, I think I'm happy with most of the actors. I've already mentioned I'm not very happy for the female lead character's casting and her performance, but Jin Boran, for example, as the male lead, definitive lead of the story, Fei Ke. Very good choice. I would give it to the director. Among all the guys with suitable age these days in Chinese dramaland, that he picked Jin Boran. It's so suitable for the actor to play. It is also suitable for the story, and I think the director did a good job fitting him into the story and making his acting really flow and make sense. Jin Boran has had quite a few dramas in recent years that just all kind of flopped. I was very disappointed by the detective drama he did with Song Weilong. Then last year, the romantic drama he did, contemporary one with Chan Songyun, was like completely ungrounded, no real sense, no real person, no character he plays that I cannot connect to at all. And we watch this drama from scene 1 when he shows up. You know who he is. You know Jin Boran is playing this common who is so specific. And you can tell while the role is being played so well, at the same time the actor is having a blast. This is the role that he gets to flex his muscles as an actor. He's performing to the camera. You feel the energy is there for him to want to challenge the camera and want to take people into his story. That strong intention to prove that he can act really well and he really can do the job and he is the character is coming through a lot more stronger than anything he's done in recent years that I've seen. Probably this is the only drama and only character he really enjoyed playing. And he did a good job, great job. Even when you add in episode 8, 9, 10 that I don't like, he still did a great job as an actor. He vibes in a way that you so believe when he's playing his different personas and then use his charisma to pull people into his master plan. He can make it happen. The older man, the younger man, the older woman, younger woman, whoever you are, he knows what face he would put on to lure you in and he will make it work. There's a lot of 桃花 in his eyes. That's like the Chinese way of saying it. Certain people just feels too clean and perfect and too dignified, right? To be that charming bad guy. But he has that energy of immediately he can put it on and you're gonna get attracted by him. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the actor. I'm just saying he's so suitable. I would also point out, everybody who's watching this drama in China would be probably picking out one particular fraud he did as the most interesting thing because it's not gay, but then it's so gay, where Huang Jue is the actor who played the guy who got a lot of money cheated out of his account. And they had this weird friend, but lover, but also collaborator at doing illegal trading, living under the same roof, kind of a relationship, and also having a cat together. It just fulfills a lot of underground literature in China's depiction of the sort of gay man relationship. Like, for example, who's the 0, who's the 1, who functions in what way, and even down to the type of like one guy cleans up the other guy's houses and washes his laundries and taking care of his cat, like all those signifiers, right? In this type of literature that is not in mainstream, you don't see it in dramas or in films that gets distributed publicly, but everybody kind of knows. Like if they go on web and read those novels and giggle secretly when they're sleeping at night in their bed. And this drama, I feel like the scriptwriter, also the director and the actors, they know all that. They know all the things that's popular among web novel readers, among all the people who fangirling all those BL stuff, or even like more than BL stuff. They masterfully didn't do anything that steps on the line explicit at all, like not even in one word or two that's saying it out loud, but it's completely in visual language, in the way that the actors look at each other and how they change the tones of their voice, and in things they don't point out, such as what pub they go to. If you look at the pub and who are in the pub, and there are two different pub scenes that are actually in different people's narrative. So one person tells a story, the other person tells, and it's actually one is reality, the other is a dressed up version. But down to the details about the reality version, it's actually one type of pub, and then the dressed up version is a different one. I'm just saying, if you catch all the clues, you're gonna have so much fun. And Huang Jue and Jin Boran, they so know what they're doing. And I have to say, Huang Jue played this role so well. And then there are a couple of other actors who did brilliant performances, such as the older actor Wang Yanhui, who played this father, where he is the first one to tell his sad story that involves his daughter and this guy. But then later you find out actually his story is not real. He hides all the bad things he himself has done and his own responsibilities in the tragedy that ended up playing out on his daughter. The daughter actress did a brilliant job too. Like, she is a better, stronger actress than the female lead actress in this story. So this drama has a couple of really strong performer, really interesting characters, and quite a lot of details. If you want to overanalyze things, you see that they try to cram into the story, and it mostly happens within the first half of the story, or stretch it to episode 7 or something. If I ever go and rewatch this drama in the future, I would actually just rewatch probably the first 5 episodes and watch those part of the plot, because they still work out really well. So these are the great things about this drama. After saying the bad, the good, now let's get to the most important difference, I say, between the book and the drama. I think the drama does try to, at the end, suggest extremely ambiguously and vaguely about the involvement and the character that the female lead character, played by Zhou Yiran, the journalist, is in the whole picture, but still not being very clear. I don't know why, because I don't see a huge problem of actually following the original story, which is a lot more clear. So, a couple of essential differences. The book also has a villa built within a forest, and then it is just an invitation to his banquet. Therefore, the title is Feike's Banquet. And the reason for this character in the book to do that is he's in his 40s, he's done a lot of bad things, and all these people he is inviting has been, well, basically cheated by him in the past and lost money and other things. And he, a couple of months ago, found out that he's ill with terminal cancer. And that's why he invited these people, because he wanted to kind of settle all the debts that he's accumulated in his life. He actually is the person who took care of everybody and even served them. But because it's been years and he's aged a lot and he did a little bit disguise, and also he was so sick that his physical appearance has changed so much that nobody actually recognized he is him. And the book ending is the form of I know, you know, I know type of situation. What happens was, in his life, there's only one person that he constantly over the years thinks of, which would be the journalist character in the drama played by Zhou Yiran, who he always questions might be another version of him in the world. They know each other as high schoolers, and then they haven't met each other for that many times later in their life. But every time they cross this path, he suspected she always knows what he's up to, silently sitting there and even sometimes helping him so that he could do as crazy a thing as he can do. And she's observing. She's standing on the sideline knowing that she can come in and actually stop a lot of things he's been doing, but she never did it. And he's suspecting she's doing it for certain reasons, but they never really had an opportunity to talk about it. And then from her point of view, she really does think this guy is another version of her who has done all the crazy things that she could have done, but she never did. On one hand, she's wanting to see how far you can go, like how extreme your plans of fraud can get to, and I just want to see it. On the other hand, because she's a journalist, she's waiting for that breakthrough story of her career, the one that will make her the best known investigative journalist in the whole wide world. So she knows Feike is a potential story. If she can wait out for him to do the craziest things and eventually getting all the information down and become her exclusive, and that will make her career. And in the novel's version, when the whole banquet ends and everybody left, she comes back knowing that the guy must be hiding in the villa, and she wants to have that final conversation face to face with this guy. She secretly in her heart was laughing, and she lied to the guy that over all those years I didn't do anything to stop you because I always liked you. But she made it up because she doesn't love him. She does it because she wants the story and she wants to see how far he can go. And so the guy left that really quick, crazy, pretty house villa in the forest to her in his will. And when the girl left, you will hear his own OS in the book, which is he always knows that this woman actually doesn't love him. And she's been waiting for him to do the crazy things so she can have that story. And there's this line in their university department of like journalism that says, a good story is always waiting for someone to tell. He knows that she's doing that. And when he invited all those people into the house at the beginning, there's an accidental scene where her bag gets bumped and all the things in her bag like fell out. And one of them is a recorder and he actually saw it. So he knows she's doing it. And he's actually really happy because he completely guessed what this woman's motive is. He never let her know that he knows all along that what she is. And the best gift that he gave her is not that villa. It is the story that now she has, and she's taking and she's telling it as he intended it will happen. So it's like that weird situation of I know, you know, I know. And who actually has the last say, the punchline at the end of the story. And honestly, I do think the ending of the book, if they can film it, right, in a very effective way to make the audiences realize the journalist woman and the common guy, like, neither of them is a good person. They're both quite bad. And they're very unapologetic about them being selfish and bad and ambitious in their own ways. But it's a lot more sexier. And I guess in a lot of ways more true to human nature story than the version you're gonna get if you watch episode 8, 9, 10. Feel like, what the heck am I looking at? What is really this? Like, the drama is just so vague and so not as sexy as the book ending. So I prefer the book ending a lot more, and now you know what it is. So I'd say watch the first 7 episodes and then fill it up in your head with the book ending. That makes up the best sort of like combined story. That should be the end of this video, my review on the Youku 10 episodes short drama, 新生 Regeneration. Hope that's useful for you to decide whether you should check out this drama yourself. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy.